right, y'all, and welcome to the Raw BJ podcast, y'all. We are here for another independent music moment. First time to the show, we have Eli Yenskii. Woo!
Thank you guys for having me.
We've been
I'm
waiting.
excited to be here.
Thank you
Long
for being
time.
here. We've been waiting to
Coming.
have you here. We've been waiting. If y'all don't know, Eli Yenskii is a artiste, singer to be exact.
Yes.
Do you do some rap too?
I sing, rap,
Okay,
produce,
I thought you
write.
was doing a little something.
So you have range on range on range. Like,
range on range.
yes.
Yes.
Y'all can put that on the track if you want. Range on range on range.
Multifaceted, I think that's the word that
There
they
you
use.
go.
Most diamonds are.
Wow, there
Hello.
you go. Talk about it, y'all.
Mwah.
Y'all, we're going to go ahead and jump right into it because we want to know, and the people want to know, who is Eli Yenskii?
Eli Yenskii is, above all, freedom personified. I don't like to be put in boxes. There isn't a box big enough for me to fit in, as tiny as other people might think that I am.
Been there.
We have a hard time fitting in places too.
Okay.
Eli Yenskii is just love, man. I am completely unadulterated, just love. I'm freedom. I am a good time. I'm a party. Some people would say I'm a sex symbol.
Okay.
Some people say I'm just that bitch.
Hello.
Period.
But, Yenskii is Yenskii.
And Yenskii dances the house down, y'all.
Yeah.
Like,
Hello.
we have the footage.
One thing I will say is Yenskii is a lifestyle. This isn't an act. It's not something that I just do when I get on stage and take it off when I get, home.
Right.
This is very much a lifestyle. It's a way of life. So,
Which is why I asked you before we started the show if this was you or just something you do when you perform.
oh yeah, no,
because-
this is me.
Okay, I love it.
24/7.
Which
Right.
makes you more authentic.
Yeah.
I love it. So let's go ahead and get even deeper into it. So what got you into music?
Well, I've always been naturally gifted to sing. I grew up in the church.
Church
before I left.
girl.
Before I left.
Before I left, honey. Grew up in the church. My mom, the mom that raised me, my godmother, actually kept me involved in a lot of musical theater, summer camps. By the time I was 14, I ended up in this musical theater company called Youth Ensemble of Atlanta.
Okay.
Shout out YEA. And from there, I could never really see myself doing anything else. I've tried to get several corporate America jobs. Please. But, here I am. This was the only thing that ever felt natural to me. And, the more I did it, I started meeting people that, liked what I did. They were really inspired and touched by the shows. I like to make people feel good, man. And I noticed that I do feel that is something, if nothing else, that's something that people get from my shows is, they feel good when they leave a Yenskii performance,
You're absolutely right about that.
But yeah, so basically I just got in doing this. I was always naturally musically inclined, went to church, musical theater as a child, never wanted to do anything else. And here I am.
Period. So are you from Atlanta?
No, I'm originally from Staten Island, New York.
Okay, you do have that New Yorkie type of. It just isn't natural for people.
Everybody says that, and
Yeah.
I never see it.
No, it's not. It's
I
not your
think
voice.
I think it's just confidence. There's a confidence that comes from being a New Yorker. It just is.
Yeah.
Y'all.
It is.
It's like y'all are just born knowing y'all got the best pizza
It
and y'all the best
borderline-
person. Like
We do
them
have the
things
best
that-
pizza.
See?
Like-
We do have the
Right.
best
That's what I was gonna say. It borderlines boastful, but not quite. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a nice.
I mean,
little
it's
swag.
factual.
See?
You heard it here first, folks. I just said.
Just said it.
But there are things that people from New York just automatically know. It's not up for debate. It's not up for discussion. There's a scientific fact behind why you have the best pizza, best bagels, and all that stuff. But I ain't gonna get into it.
Get into it. What's the scientific fact?
Well, since you asked,
Get into it. Let me go turn the air down. That's what I did.
it's about the minerals in the water, the mineral collection in the water where that area is. So of course you're gonna have everything they use water in. You're gonna have the best of that.
Oh yeah.
And because the best donuts too,
The best seafood, too.
right? But again, water.
Yeah.
So I think that's the part that people miss, but the confidence doesn't change. That's just I don't know if that's in the water too, but New Yorkers just have.
But you know what gets me the most about that is a lot of people that are currently in New York are not from New York. So there are a lot of people.
But the same thing is with Georgia though. Like a lot of people from New York come to Georgia, and everybody that I grew up with from New York said the same thing. Oh, it's mad slow here.
It is.
This ain't how we do it. Oh, y'all want to, but you're welcome to go back to New York. Oh, nah, we ain't doing that. Rent is like $3,000 a month. Oh, okay, well, you better enjoy this slow ass shit here because.
Oh no, baby, I'm the one that's actually getting ready to go back next year.
No.
Yes.
This is outrageous. Wayne, did you notice? And didn't tell us
Wait,
nothing.
you're moving back?
We're in talks. It's an option.
Stop talking to them.
Okay.
Stop talking to them.
There's an option. I'm either going back to New York or I'm going to LA.
Door number 2. Click door number 2. Don't go nowhere.
Okay, so what are these talks about?
What do you, as far as
Oh, that's
Like,
cute.
why
You
would you
finna
be
be on the
moving?
show.
why am I moving?
Right.
Well, I'm moving because I'm a New Yorker and I don't like Atlanta.
No,
anymore.
is it entertainment related?
Some of it is.
Is there a
entertainment
contract on the table?
No, there is not a contract on the table, but it is entertainment related. I just feel like my scene is more out there. No shade to Atlanta. I just feel like I haven't found my people for real here. I feel I left New York when I was a minor, so I didn't have a choice. I'm here literally as a hostage. I was brought here against my will. And not to say that all of my experiences in Atlanta have been negative, because they haven't. I've had some really, really dope. Last night, the people that I've been around, fucking amazing. So I'm not gonna sit here and say that Atlanta was completely trash, but
Right.
I'm ready
There's
for my
more
people.
for you,
I want my people, for real.
But if you found your people in Little 5 Points, would you stay?
It could happen.
Thank you. That's all I'm saying.
It could happen.
There's a chance. There's a chance.
I can see you in LA.
You can?
Yeah.
Don't close your mouth.
I
We
can
didn't
see
ask
that.
you that.
No,
We
I didn't say
said
I
we
want him to
wanted-
go to LA. I said I can see that though. I can see Eli Yenskii
But
in LA.
either way, y'all got me here for a whole nother year.
Period.
Yes.
So
Okay, so we have the chance to renew. So after
Yes. It's given that.
So you mentioned growing up in New York and being raised by your godmom.
I was raised by my godmother here, so I back and forth all my
Okay.
life between New York. I moved. My initial move to Atlanta was when I was young, and then I was back and forth. Like I went to high school and middle school back and forth between New York and Atlanta.
Okay.
was that annoying?
Define annoying.
Because it seems exhausting. Because you have
very.
you have 2 sets of friends,
Very.
2 sets of and 2 sets of education styles. New York education and Georgia education
Yeah.
are very
Very
different.
different.
So,
But I will say the Atlanta education stuck.
hello,
That's the one that stuck. Okay.
shout out to the Cap County. But I'm saying like at the
Fulton.
Fulton, what? Fulton coming up around the bend.
Yes,
Look at
sir.
y'all. You know, after that cheating scandal, y'all got y'all asses together, wrapped y'all asses up, didn't it?
All right, Rico.
And then I finished high school in private schools too. So I started off elementary school to middle school in public schools, and then I finished high school here in private school.
Okay, I've always been curious about that. Is private school like a huge difference? Like, did you learn so much more? Was it so much more of an advantage?
No.
Okay, thank you. So I can save my $20,000 per child.
Nah,
Thank you.
it's just more money. But I can also say I do think it also might depend on the school. See, I went to a really hippie ass school. Like it was a boarding school too. So I hope I'm not saying nothing. Well, they tore the school down anyway.
Say it.
So anyway, we had fucking a farm at my school with llamas, fucking sheep. Let me tell you, because the school was so expensive to go to, sometimes kids would get on this thing called the work program, where we basically do shit like cleaning the school, help tending to the farm animals after school, to help pay off our tuition or whatever.
Oh.
One time I got in trouble, girl, for having weed at the school, and they put me on community service, and I had to go and shovel llama shit and feed them after school every single day for that year, and I couldn't go on open campus anymore. I couldn't leave the school grounds unless it was after school. It was a mess.
That wasn't private school. That was a labor camp. It's a goddamn llama walking
But to
Right.
get back to your question, no, because a lot of the times at my private school, the teachers who didn't even have like teaching degrees, mind you,
Private schools don't require
they
it.
would just. And we called our teachers by their first name. It was like, "What's up, Martha?
That's
What
that.
up,
That's
Gail?
that hippie shit.
What
That's
up?
Right.
Yeah.
That's
what
that.
up,
That's
Sally?
That's that Montessori type of approach where you don't necessarily make the kids do certain things. You just let
Right.
them do what they are interested in.
And so this is where this is where it gets real interesting. So really, we taught ourselves. They would give us the textbooks, and yeah, the teacher would be standing at the front of the class, but we would really just be reading the textbooks and then going to like the back of the textbook where all the answers and shit is, and trying to just figure it out, pretty much. I came out okay though. I'm very smart. I'm very fucking smart.
Yes.
But that only works for kids who can connect dots. Like
Right.
if you cannot figure out how you got to X equals 2, then it ain't for you. It's
Right.
just
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
So I love that. So you just grew up with music all around you. Now, did you attend those music camps in New York as well as Atlanta?
Mostly in Atlanta.
See, that's where it comes from.
In New York,
That's why I take credit for this.
you know what? Y'all just want me to stay, huh?
Yeah.
Side.
Listen,
I fuck with the
Listen.
East Side.
Period.
think about the youth ensemble. I mean, like, what would they do without the people that have made it to look up to
You right.
in the area?
So
I
you know
mean,
what? You know what? You right.
YEA. Remember when you?
But even me being here and even me acknowledging them is giving that, giving that back.
That is. That is.
And what about next year?
Cause I have a lot of friends, no shade, that blew up and got famous and ain't said YEA's name not once.
Oh.
But that does happen a lot. Look at Nick Lachey. He the only one that shout out his school. Like he the only person I know that shouts out that school.
I'm just saying, girl.
So, coming from YEA and all your musical history, how did that define the music that you create or typically create now?
Well, I like to. Well, my musical style is I don't have a musical style, and I like to mesh a lot of sounds that I did hear and use and perform a lot in musical theater, and I like to incorporate that a lot into the music that I'm making now, as a recording artist. Jazz, we incorporated a lot of jazz in a lot of our shows. We did a lot of blues. We did a lot of Negro spirituals. I don't know if that is a musical style, but
Yes, it
It
is.
is.
Yes, it is.
it also opened me up. I learned how to really sang in YEA. So a lot of the range that y'all be hearing now, a lot of my songs and a lot of my live performances, that shit came from YEA. Okay, because before I got in YEA, I was a Gaga fan. I am still a Gaga fan, but I sounded just like Lady Gaga.
Wait, Eli, how old
That's-
Why
are
are
you?
you holding
no
back?
shade.
Why are you holding back a laugh when you about to ask a
Because,
question?
because
How old am I?
the age question
I'm 25.
See.
I just turned 25.
always
Oh
makes
my
me
goodness.
feel old.
Why?
We are so close in age. It's so crazy that his old ass is here, but I just feel like we
Girl, we
have
are the
been
same
shut
age.
your damn mouth. This is the only reason I have to be truthful about my age is because I had my children when I was 19. So if I go back too far, people look at me crazy. You know what I'm saying?
My mom had me when she was 16.
See,
My mom had her daughter, my sister, when she was 15.
if you was about to say your first,
And am I answering your questions accurately?
Yeah, if
Yes.
you trust me, if you weren't, we'd be pressing you. You
Okay.
say you watch the show now, so
Okay.
So I do want to know, 2018 was that your first song, Culture?
It was my first released song. Yes.
Okay, your first release song. Okay, so you followed that up with Smoke in 2019,
Yes.
and that's the song that we're going to play first.
Yes.
So tell us about Smoke. What inspired that song?
I was really fucking high.
Oh my God.
I was really high, and I was really angry because I felt like I had a lot of haters. I did. And I was high, and I wanted to write a song, and I found this loop on Looperman that got me into all of my oats. And I just started spitting. See, the good thing, and I'm working on a whole EP, which we'll get into a little bit later. But the thing about songs like Smoke and Sip is it's all like I didn't want to take any of this shit too seriously. I wanted a project that was just going to be very fun, but also get to a few things. So the idea behind Smoke is I'm high as fuck, but I still see you bitches, and I'm still that bitch.
Don't let this blunt fool you.
Don't let this blunt fool you.
Now, what were the circumstances around such
I know the circumstances.
hateration?
I know the circumstances. He was shoveling llama shit, and this girl thought that she was gonna try it, and he was like, "Bitch, you lucky. I only got 5 minutes left on this fucking break."
I'll say this: I've been really underestimated. So in a lot of ways, Smoke was just kind of like, I don't know how familiar y'all are with my music, like my before Kosher and all of that, but I wrote a song a while back called Platinum. It was part of my first EP 3/8 that I dropped. It was a birthday EP. My birthday's on March 8th.
Oh, my sister's birthday is March
Hers
6th.
March 6th, yeah.
But okay,
Yes.
cool. So basically, Smoke, if this makes sense, Smoke is like a continuation of Platinum. And it's just really kind of like I don't even think that there was like a specific one thing that I could say inspired that song. I think it was like one of those moments where you just kind of sitting back and you just kind of sitting back and you just kind of thinking, bitches have really fucking tried me.
So is it a diss track?
Yes.
See, I feel like it's more of a warning.
That
There
too.
you go.
If you weren't aware before, allow me to inform you.
Right.
You
It's
have
both.
fucked up royally.
Okay.
It's both.
Well, fuck it. Let's go ahead and get into it, because I've heard it, of course, but I didn't know it was a diss track. So let me see if I can.
And that is the one that he's gonna keep trying to emphasize. Yes, it's a diss track.
Right, diss track. For all you
I like
hating
warning
ass-
better.
For you hating ass bitches, it's a warning. Okay?
Legally, a warning is better.
That is true.
You can warn people not to step in your space.
Okay.
You should not lyrically admit to what happens when they do. Okay, we're gonna play.
You okay? Y'all heard what's going on in Fulton County now. Don't play. Eli, introduce the song.
What's poppin', everybody? It's your boy Eli Yenskii in the A, and I'm so gay. We're about to listen to my new song. Not my new song, girl, but it's Smoke. So get into it.
Lights down, blaze up. Every time I come around, my blaze up. Whenever you hit the sound, raise up. I know you wanna put it down, so what's up? Then the lights go up and the price go up. Too much cheddar is never enough. I put the bag in my clutch. Salute to my I lay on so much like yeah. A few more L's might get me there when I bust in the room and I swing my hair. That right there, he got that. Smoke. Yeah, I got that. Oh, I got that. Smoke. Do you really want that? Hands down. All the best wanna do it, get into it, boy. You better look around, surrender now. Don't waste my time with that. I don't give a fuck about. Head in the clouds and I ain't coming down right now. You in the bed, I won't entertain unless you want that. Smoke. Yeah, I got that. Smoke. Realist. I never get caught up in feelings for penalty. Watch me press on this trigger. Dodger than life, yeah, I'm better and bigger. I'm better and bigger and quicker. I step my weight up, get thicker. It's time for all of this liquor. Yeah, I told you, this was at old school. This be that crumb juice. Got all them pump suits. You know I'm hotter than the sunroof. They be like, come through. But I don't budge unless I know you. So move, cause you know he got that. Smoke. Smoke.
Smoke, 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 smoke. Every day.
I feel like this is the song that we need to have replace the pep rally song.
Okay.
When I tell you this will be because I'll tell you this, like back in the day, Joe, close your mouth. So back in the day, in high school, I was actually on the track team, and when we used to go to, this is a proven fact. I was definitely on the track team.
She was.
And I was number 6 in the region, so there's that.
She was.
Okay.
And
She was.
so anywho, when we used to go to the track meets and stuff, there would be like all these other schools in the stands, like in separate sections.
Mm-hmm.
So in order to intimidate / warn them what was coming, we would have like our boombox and we would blast Maceo, Hold It Down.
Oh wow.
As we were coming through the state, this is back when they didn't have zero tolerance. They had like some tolerance for fuckery.
Damn.
So we was walking through,
Especially at Clarkson.
Yes,
High
Because
School.
now it's for real.
yes.
But now it's for real. Zero tolerance.
Yeah.
They ain't
It's
with
probably
none of that
-2
shit.
tolerance now, but back then you could do stuff like this. So it wasn't considered bullying because we hadn't specifically said to anybody.
We doing some music.
So right,
Some music.
but we were definitely pointing people out. Hey, hold sit out. So before I get too hype and reminisce, so that was our thing, like, cause that was the thing that got us the most hype. Like music
Yeah.
is what moves people
Yeah, absolutely.
to do stuff. So shout out to Clarkson, y'all know what it is. So
This is definitely, I could definitely
this is
see that back in
definitely
the day.
a pep rally song.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I love that. So, have you done any collaborations?
I actually have none that are out. Well, I do actually have one that's out. 1212 is actually out.
I don't think that I saw that during my research.
It's out.
Okay.
It's actually with one of my good friends. He used to go by Royal. I think now he's just using his actual name, Wesley. One of my good friends. He also went to our hippie high school, Horizons.
So y'all was shoveling the shit together.
No, he was arrested by the time that I was shoveling the shit.
Oh Lord.
Nothing bad, nothing major.
Okay.
It was really a misunderstanding.
It's a little weed. A little weed. A little.
A
Allegedly,
misunderstanding.
Okay.
it's confidential.
It was a misunderstanding.
He was a minor. Continue.
But anyway, so yeah, I have a song called 1212 that's out, and then I have some really dope collaborations coming up on a project that I'm working on right now.
Nice. So that leads into my question: who would you like to collaborate with the most? Indie, mainstream. Give me your top 3 people that you would like to collab with.
Okay.
Actually, give me 3 from each. 3 indie, 3 mainstream.
Okay, Indy, Hemingway,
Okay.
Kale John,
Okay.
Ayo Rashawn.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Mainstream.
I got my
Yes,
listen.
bro.
I got my 3
Okay.
thoughts. So go ahead.
I'm just gonna say this 'cause I know everybody's waiting for me to say this. Beyonce.
Of course. I was going to say that myself.
Doja, if you're watching this, bitch.
If you're watching this, girl, come on and be on the
Doja.
show, please.
So I said Beyonce, Doja, and who else? Who do I be crazy about for real? Lizzo. Beyonce, Doja, and Lizzo, where y'all at? Hit me up. I'm ready.
Ready.
Okay, can I give my 3 that I had in my mind?
Okay.
Okay, so I had Mariah.
Mm.
I had yes.
You
yes.
see me and Mariah doing something?
Yes, I
could
feel like
totally see that.
you was definitely giving me Eli Carey last night.
Elia Carey.
So-
yes.
No, you want to hear some funny shit? I told myself that if I ever got a sex change for real, my name was gonna be Elia. I told myself that.
Hello. Thank you.
Yes. I like
So who was the other 2?
I had Mariah Carey, I had Cardi, and I also had Megan because
I would
feel
work
like,
with Cardi. I would work with Cardi.
I feel like you could
Yeah.
also do like the vocals and a feature for a Megan song. I definitely feel like you can come in and
Absolutely.
hit the vocals because no shade, she's a rapper. So vocals stop at a certain point because Megan
Yeah.
is not a singer.
Yeah.
So if you look at all the really good
I
rap
feel-
songs,
Yeah.
She's not a trained vocalist.
I feel
Yeah,
like the
from what
ones
I know.
that I would rush to listen to would be you with Mariah.
Okay.
You with Cardi, and it was between Doja and Lizzo, but I was leaning more towards Lizzo.
Really?
Yeah.
I can see you. I can see you on
Yeah.
a Queen Naja song in a minute too. I ain't gonna cap. Like especially when she gets really mad at somebody, like a nigga that didn't pay the rent or whatever.
Okay.
Whatever brings her to the booth this time.
Yes.
That'll be like I
Oh,
can see it.
I left this one out. This goes over my 3, but I would also do something with Lil Nas X. I would do a song.
I can see that too.
But vocally, the type of range you have, the great thing about it is you really could work with whoever.
Right.
I can see you and Elton John tearing some shit down.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying?
Elton,
Like
where you
I feel
at?
like that would be like the moment.
Where you at, Elton? I've been waiting.
Right. Grab your glasses and go, Elton. Let's go.
So obviously, we know that Eli will dance the house down, baby. Okay, we have seen you perform multiple times, and we were not disappointed at all.
Okay. Anytime. Not anytime.
So, if you could open a show for any artist, mainstream, obviously, who would that one artist be that you could open up for?
That would be B. That would have to be B.
I really thought you was gonna say Gaga. Listen. If there was a person to open up for, it would be.
Y'all want to see something crazy? I
know
told
you-
y'all I was a real Gaga fan, right?
I can't see that. Pause up. Oh, for the monsters.
I got this when I was 16.
Oh my God. But that was what made me ask you how old you were, because when you were saying you were like a Gaga fan, I was just like, oh, he's got to be younger than us.
Oh yeah, very much.
I'm a Gaga fan, but I feel like she's just so.
No one in our age range was that hardcore of a
She's
Gaga
just
fan,
very
I
out
don't
there.
feel
Listen.
like.
I'm not into calling myself a monster. That's the only thing that's the only. Listen.
Pause up.
I think that's one of the things that you have. You know, that's one of the things from still being in the church that just monster. I'm anointed as you know. There's a calling on my life. You know. But I totally love her approachability and her openness to
Yeah.
everybody, especially after what happened to Amy Winehouse. And I feel like people were not taking the artistry angst seriously.
Yeah.
And when
It gets deep.
Right, and when she was willing to be under a microscope for people and tell people how it really felt on the inside. And that was some Alanis Morissette shit. I had never heard another artist be so open with people and stuff. And that was one of the things where I was like,
I would definitely open for Gaga. I would definitely open for Gaga, and I would open for Beyonce too.
me too, and I can't sing for shit. But I would definitely be there if what? My
Me too. Okay.
I take my black ass out there. I give it all I got.
Okay,
I'll be out there channeling my inner Eli Yenskii.
Okay.
about?
I was doing a little 1-2 last night before the shit even got underway. He talked about stuff.
Right.
This going on the
You
the
better
tape.
pop it on.
He over here recording this.
But listen, when y'all came up with them rainbow masks on, I was like, it's
Yes. I knew. First of all, I knew about the stuff y'all had on before it was about to go down.
Right.
Then when y'all left out and was coming from the back, I said they gonna do something else.
All
I
right,
said,
when
they
you
gonna
walked
do something else,
outside and
child.
made your grand entrance, I said, come through, Eli.
Well, because it was people standing outside, so I was like, okay, they need to see the show too. So I was like, well, let's start it out here,
Bring
and
them on in.
work our way on the inside, and whoever wants to follow behind will.
Right.
I just love how you in the moment can make changes and they all work the way they were supposed to.
Musical theater, baby.
Yes.
That's how
YA.
I came up. YA. We
And
were taught
I'm telling
really
you,
well.
because at Hemi Fest, the same thing happened. It was an impromptu floor performance.
Yes.
And I was just like in awe.
That was
like,
not rehearsed at all.
right. But that's what I'm saying. Like only you could. That's why Lady Gaga, Beyonce, Sir Elton, Lil Nana, y'all all need to get down there because in my mind we're friends. So. Y'all all need to get down there, get your agents, get on the phone, call. Because yesterday's price is not today's price.
Period.
Lock it down now.
So, speaking of your performances, what is your favorite song to perform?
None of the ones that y'all heard last night. My favorite, because those motherfuckers are tiring. I like performing them, but y'all, bitch, them motherfuckers be wearing me the fuck out. My favorite songs to perform are Every Day, which are songs that were on my EP 3-8, which I'm actually gonna re-release one day.
Okay.
What's another one that I Platinum? Platinum is a really lit song that I like. And if we can ever actually get to performing this and actually filming it, 1212 is a good song to perform.
Okay.
So what are kind of like the roadblocks to recording it and performing? 1212.
Well, performing, we've already recorded it and it's out. It's just the artist. I want to perform it with the artist who's featured on it, and our schedules are just so different right now. So it's just hard to get us in rehearsals together to be able to put together. So I'm not gonna say that yet.
Okay.
Next question.
We was close. We was this close, y'all. We was this close.
Tell us off camera.
Okay.
No, so before we get into SIP, which is my jam, I do want to know what have been some of the some obstacles that you've had to overcome or encountered during your music career.
Well, I've had some health obstacles that I've had to get through. Well, it's kind of this isn't a secret now. I am HIV positive.
Okay.
So just what a natural person who's not an artist goes through when they, are dealing and living with that. Put that on top of being an artist and living your life so publicly, and kind of giving everyone to do with whatever they will with. That was a struggle for me. I've just recently actually got comfortable enough to just finally say, fuck it, yeah, this is me, this is who I am. I'm not a nasty, disgusting person because of it. It is what
There's a huge stigma though.
Yeah.
But I feel like that stigma is lessened the more people have the conversation.
Yeah.
Get it out there.
Another obstacle was me just getting out of my own way. Growing up, of course we all go through it where we grow up and we have these big goals and these big dreams, these aspirations that our parents and the older people in our lives tell us, oh, this isn't realistic, this and that. And it's easy to grow up with those voices remaining in your head, but at some point those voices become, your inner voice. And so then at that point, you're in your own way. So my biggest thing, especially in these past 2 years while I've been recording these songs like Sip and Smoke and stuff, has been getting out of my own way. Shutting off those voices that were telling me that I wasn't good enough. You told me something at Hemi Fest. I was backstage and I was telling you how nervous I was. I was about to go on stage. You were like, can I tell you a secret? You're worthy. You just saying that shut off all of those negative voices that were in my head telling me how bad that show was possibly about to be. So thank you.
I'm a fan of the truth now.
Oh, I got
And here's the
tears
thing,
in my eyes.
You better not cry on that not cry on that new shirt.
As long as this camera rolling, I won't cry.
You better not cry on that new shirt.
Never cry on camera.
It is not. That is not pre-shrunk fabric. You better not. But my thing is, the reason why I told you that is because nervous for what? It's no shade to other people who perform, but I know what you can do. That would be like Beyonce saying, "You think they gonna get your ass out there on that girl?
Bitch, get out there.
If you don't get your BB, if you don't take your ass, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But but that's all it is. It's inner voices. It's childhood voices.
But you want to know something funny? Some of the best performers, period, get nervous. Like Cher would not have been Cher if she hadn't told Sonny that she used to have the same problem, like a voice in her head telling her she was nothing from childhood, and people just have breed problems and shit. Yeah. But she had the same issue, and it wasn't until her and Sonny got together that he told her shut that shit off. Yeah. Or whatever. And it happens to all people that are super duper great. Yeah. That's like Jesus saying, Peter, what if they don't like my message? You know what I'm saying?
And a lot of people didn't.
Right. But Peter is over there, you finna pop. You don't even this shit finna pop. This shit finna ride.
And I'm really appreciative of the people in my corner and that are doing that for me and keeping me in the right headspace and not letting me get so consumed in the negative thoughts.
Yeah, but when it comes to someone who says something negative, you have to consider the source and not necessarily the message.
Okay.
The same people that are telling you to get a regular job hate their job. That's like single people telling you not to be in a relationship, but they're single. And you need not necessarily listen to them all the time.
You know what? That just reminds me, if I may. I was actually talking to an artist today, an indie artist. I won't say that person's name, but they were just telling me how they are going to retire from music, making music, because they were talking to someone in their neighborhood who told them basically that, so what, you can sing a little bit, you're still like nothing, ain't nobody gonna buy your records, you should stop now before you fail 10 years down the line and you're mad because you wasted all your time doing blah, blah, blah. And, I just basically had to let him know, I'm like, what qualifies that person to give you tips and advice on life? They're on the same street with you, doing the same nothing.
You could literally go knock on their door and ask for some sugar.
And just because they haven't discovered what's special about them and haven't learned how to capitalize on it, you know what I'm saying, doesn't mean that, what your gift is not, you're not worthy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just fucked up that how people do when they see in you what they can't see in themselves.
But sometimes the thing I had to learn, and this took me until my mid-20s to learn, I'm still there. It took me until then to learn that people are not always talking to you. Sometimes they're talking to them.
Yes.
They're internalizing it and they're projecting it to you.
Yes.
But what they're really saying is, I never made it.
Yes.
And because I never made it, that's Joe Jackson syndrome for real. But because they didn't make it, they feel like they have to tell you that you're not going to make it. Otherwise, if you make it, then they just people who fucked up.
Yeah. Cause them same ones
and they
talking
could have
shit
made it and
are
didn't.
the same ones who wish they was on stage performing SIP with sickening background dancers. You know what I'm saying? Like
with rainbow masks.
With rainbow masks and just doing. They wish they were the ones, and so they're gonna put you down because they're not.
Currently, they're at home trying to sip some $6 champagne from Kroger. The reality
that comes out of a box. That's an old school reference for those who don't know.
You can Google it. So
showing our age.
The thing is sometimes we are in our own way because we believe the people who are talking to us. But those people don't believe themselves. They don't believe in themselves. They'd have made it. If what you said was gospel, it would have helped you.
Okay.
Not possible. Not possible. You have a master's degree and work at Quick Trip. Not only do I not want your advice, right? I think you should take some of it.
Okay.
You're supposed to be smarter than this. And yet you're the fuck, you know what I'm saying? And nothing it's not a diss to Quick Trip, but I'm saying everybody's not in the category they're qualified for.
Yeah.
Right.
So because that's true, that could be true for me.
Right.
I'm not in the category I was qualified for. I was qualified for multi-billionaire mega superstar entertainer.
Okay.
But because I'm not in that category yet, doesn't mean I won't be there.
Yeah.
And none of these motherfuckers know
Absolutely.
that's possible or not.
And that's on Mary's Little Lamb. So,
The big ones too.
Okay. So I want to go ahead and get into my jam because that's it. And that's it. My drip.
And for all of you failures who are out there sipping too.
Right. Introduce the song. Actually, no, don't introduce it yet. I'm sorry. Got ahead of myself. Tell us about SIP. What inspired this record? Because I just imagine you were sitting back on some Eli Yenskii shit.
Yes,
Probably with some
Eli.
champagne with like a few little diamonds on the bottom of it, and it's just like, sip.
Let's edit that
Some
scenario.
fancy
First of
ass
all,
shit.
let's edit that scenario. Wayne and Stax was there too. They was sipping too.
So it wasn't Stax, but Wayne was definitely there.
Wayne was there.
It was Wayne and my former creative coach here, Bari.
Okay.
He actually helped put together SIP. He was there for the entire writing process.
Okay.
It was summer, I think. When did we do that? Like 2 years ago? About 2 years ago. We were sitting, at the time I was living on the South Side here in Atlanta. We had a house. And we were sitting in the kitchen, and this is when we had just finished 3/8. We had just dropped 3/8, and we were trying to go ahead and start focusing on what the next thing was going to be. It was summertime, and we was like, okay, well, we need a summer bop. I was in my party phase around that time. That was a really fucking party year for me. So I was smoking, I was drinking. There may have been some shrooms, may have been some LSD.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Allegedly.
so Looperman, when I tell you Looperman has come in clutch, because I done found so many fucking lit-ass loops on Looperman that I could just put in beats, because I make all of my own beats. So basically, found the loop, And it's like I'll hear a loop or something, and lyrics will just automatically kind of pop in my head. It wasn't even that I was necessarily thinking about alcohol at that time, but I heard the beat, and I was just like, sip, 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 sip. And but I was sipping on something that wasn't alcohol. I had coffee in my hand while I was singing that, and then we put the beat together, and then we made the song, and it was lit, and it is lit. And 2 years later, it's out, and yeah, it's about to be a whole project next year with Sip on it.
Period. Well, let's introduce the song so we can get into it, so we can sip, sip, sip.
What's goody? It's E, and you are about to listen to my new single, Sip.
All year this year, I've been catching plays, my dear, right here. I've been on a wave like the tide won't clear. I've been in the days and I'm my own queer. And you can roll with it. If you don't like it, you can roll with it. Trapping nice and not so cold with it. Picked up the bill and I see 4 digits. You ain't about that life, don't lie, don't lie. I'm too hot to touch, don't even try. Fly. And I sip, 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 sip. And I sip, 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 sip. Yes, I sip, 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 sip. When I sip, sip, I drip, drip. Hey, 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 hey. Call down, pop it up, break down, 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 and fix it up. Let it fall to the ground, kiss it up, take it all the way around, baby, mix it up. And boy, be careful, it's real, be careful, get on this level, I'm bad, no rebel, the one, no several, I keep it level, it hard like metal, careful, careful, serve it up like specials, and I sip, 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 and I sip, 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 yes, I sip, 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 when I sip, sip, drip, drip, and I sip, 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 and I sip, 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 yes, I sip, 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 when I sip, sip, I drip, drip, hey, go on, get it, go on, get it, yes, go on, get it, sip, 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 and I sip, 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 and I sip, 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 and I sip, 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 oh I sip, 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 oh I sip, 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 oh I sip, 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 hey.
Hey.
Yes.
That is my jam.
Yes, girl, because we sip.
We
I
sip.
just love when you sing.
We're going to have Brittany on the remix because she got them tits. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying? Like,
yes.
just put on a remix,
Absolutely,
you know?
absolutely.
No nip, slip.
Okay, listen, go ahead and start writing your verse.
Okay.
Period.
Go ahead and start writing your verse. I'll sing
All
you.
I need 3 of the rainbow masks. I'm gonna make a bra. And then I'm gonna have I wanna be out there too.
Okay, girl, you gonna be my video girl.
You know what I did
Yes.
think about? You and I need to collab anyway because we finna redo a Frozen song.
Okay, let it go.
Do you really want this smoke, bitch? I'm not the one to try today. I'm gonna tell you.
like that.
Listen.
Yes.
It's gonna get your biscuit smashed. The ambulance inside of your driveway.
Okay.
I'm fucking
Don't give
gone.
fuck about your hubby.
Oh. Oh.
Cause he don't give a fuck about you.
Come on.
He doesn't want a skinny bitch. I'm right here at 422.
Hey!
It's gonna be like, yeah. What?
Disney's gonna sue the fuck out of us.
They can try, but currently I'm broke. They won't get shit from me.
Oh my God! It is time for rapid fire.
Okay, this is my favorite part. I'm scared. I've been watching this and I'm scared.
Oh my God! So you know a little bit about this game.
I do.
Okay.
Time to play the game.
Oh wait, I need my timer. That's what I didn't do. So since you do know a little bit about this game, we don't have to explain it to you.
Well, I still do. Just so that I'm sure.
Okay.
Just that I'm 100.
So you have 60 seconds to answer as many random questions as possible.
Okay.
Okay, I got the timer up. It's not the one that we usually use, but it's just quick. So we're ready. Give your first response to the question.
Wait, do I have to take a shot or something if I don't miss the time? If I miss the
Don't we wish?
I mean, if
Okay.
you want a shot at E and J, you know, we'll make you take it.
Okay, shoot.
All right, and go.
If you could ask God one question, what would it be?
What the fuck?
Would you sell your soul for anything?
No.
What if it was for the life of a child?
No.
Do you believe in magic?
Yes.
What is your dumbest purchase?
Weed.
What color best describes you?
Black.
Whose brain would you like to pick?
Beyonce.
What do you do when you're by yourself?
Sing.
Favorite sex position?
Favorite sex. Shit. Missionary.
How would you describe the perfect day?
Smoke, sip, sleep.
What do you think about when you're alone in your car?
Titties.
How would you describe the color green to a blind and deaf person?
Money.
What song best describes your work ethic?
See, you gotta work it out. Hey, you gotta work it out. Chad, blow your horn now.
Listen, the titties.
It's everybody's dream.
I think about titties.
Everybody, it's
when I'm
everybody's
in the
thought.
car.
Oh my God, that almost took me out. Okay. Wait, how many questions did he get?
12 out of 18, so better than most.
Better than most.
And
yeah.
and listen, this is the part that always throws me. First of all, you was like, fuck them kids. And secondly, you was like, money. This is a blind and deaf person. The concept of money being green, I don't believe is a thing.
But wouldn't you feel green with money? I would just feel green. It's a feeling. It's an emotion.
Wayne, it's your head tilted to the side for me, honey.
Right, like
It's an emotion. Green to me is an emotion.
that's usually compared to envy. Green with envy.
Well, a lot of bitches are envious because I got money.
But for the blind and deaf
It's a feeling.
person,
Oh my God.
listen. We have had some of the craziest answers on this show. The most crazy of which was
Grass.
the niggas just yelling, grass.
Grass.
Grass. And I'm like, blind and deaf. You can tell who didn't grow up watching The Miracle Worker because you asked this question.
Because you can smell money too. Doesn't money smell green?
It smells dirty.
It depends on where it's been.
But green could be
Money
dirty.
was.
Green could be dirty. Fungus is dirty. It's green. Right?
Right? Right?
It's Wayne's face for me, child.
Right?
Wayne is gonna be in the audience at Family Feud, and he gonna be sitting there every time you answer like.
Really?
They gonna zoom in on Wayne every time you answer. And Steve gonna be like, I'm about to leave this damn show.
Look.
Your ass gonna be on YouTube.
Period. So I love Sip. I love Smoke.
Thank you.
We cannot wait to see what else you're going to be giving us in the future.
A concert with Elton John. I just told you.
Right.
I just fucking told you.
I do want to know what has been your biggest or what is your biggest musical challenge so far?
Ooh. I can't really say. Is there a biggest?
I got one.
I want to know what yours is first.
People underestimating your talent because it makes it very hard. I would assume it would make it very hard to get into certain places or get certain doors open because people have a perception and people have very narrow minds.
Yeah.
And I feel like
I almost just want to take hers. Because no, facts,
I'll accept.
Facts. No, but I'll also say, and this kind of also goes back in hand of what I was saying earlier about me being in my own way. One of my biggest musical challenges has honestly just been me being confident enough, especially to record myself without my engineer, to start learning how to mix myself. I'm trying to learn how to do that now. Things like that, getting out of my own way, the things that I've never thought that I would be able to actually do myself, being able to do it. Hemingway actually just when I did, where was I? I was at one of his shows the other day, last week, or the week before that. He did a show, and we were standing outside, and I was basically telling him how, my team had just gone through some major changes. Some people that were with me aren't with me anymore. And he was basically just telling me, like, reassuring me, like, yo, you can do this by yourself.
Right.
So it just goes back to that, getting out of my own fucking way.
what would really help, I feel like?
Yeah.
Because you strike me as a very helpful person, so it's easier for you to help others than to help yourself sometimes.
Yeah.
So what I do when I feel like, oh my God, am I gonna be able to pull this off? Blah blah blah. I tell myself if I don't do it, then I didn't change anything. But if I do it, I'm giving other people permission to do the same, and that's so motivating for me.
Absolutely.
To be the person that I am, because people look at me and come up with a perception. Just like they look at you and come up with a perception. They've already made up their minds about something.
Yeah.
So if I do it, there are other people that are going to watch it and they're going to feel like, oh my God, I've been that bitch all along.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
But representation matters.
Yes.
And if we don't get you, there will be years in between before we get someone else who feels the way you do and is willing to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So those people will be doubting themselves for that many more years.
And we can't have that.
It's just as simple as that.
all.
Look at the game changers and how much
Yeah.
time is in between each one. If you take one of them out of the way, take Lady Gaga out of the equation. There's at least a 20-year span between
Her
the
and
last
Madonna.
person and the.
Yeah.
Well, I love that. True.
You can have it.
You got it because you deserve it. Like, you put yourself out there, very talented. And once you give those talents, that's your gift to the world.
Right.
So you have to keep going,
Thank you so much.
And as much as you keep giving those gifts in time, you're going to receive that back tenfold.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the universe is really great at giving people double for their trouble, but also for giving trouble to people. So,
Girl,
Right.
it's been some trouble, honey. It's been some trouble.
Right. So I want to know, for the people, what is the best advice that you've ever been given?
The best advice that I've ever been given is to keep the creative channel open. You're never going to 100% love, or nothing is ever going to be perfect in your eyes, what you do. But it's not our job as artists to make it perfect. It's our job to release it and keep the channels open. That is the best advice I've ever gotten.
I agree.
And that is why y'all got sick, because y'all really wasn't finna get that for another 2 years had somebody not gave me that advice.
Damn. Hi, Wayne.
But I'll say this: a lot of people are perfectionists. Like Leo Tolstoy, he wrote Anna Karenina 17 fucking times because it just wasn't right.
Yeah.
He would still be writing it now, Lord rest him, if he hadn't, you know what I'm saying? If someone hadn't just been like, throw that bitch under the train and let's go, you know what I'm saying?
Nah.
Right.
And that's really what the whole SIP release was. I had a project for it, but it was kind of like the timing. We were just like, when we're going to do it. I wanted to release it, but I wanted to release it perfectly. That will never happen. There's no such thing as perfection.
Right. It's an unattainable ideal,
Yeah.
Facts.
except for when I was born. Everything beyond that, it's
Okay.
just out of other people's reach.
I don't know. That's kind of, y'all got to talk to God, baby.
I talked to him. He told me.
So you mentioned that you're gonna have an EP coming. So
Yes. I'm not giving a release date, so don't ask. And I'm not saying the name.
Okay, well,
yet.
can we have a release hint? Like, is there a season that we can, you know what I'm saying? Like, are kids out of school?
No,
Are they still in
because if
school?
I give you the season, then y'all are gonna know when the date is.
I think
But
it's gonna be
just knowing that I'm releasing something should be enough, though, because I never tell people this. I never tell. Listen, I've been having people wait for 3 years for SIP, and they didn't even know that shit was coming until one day I just decided to be like, oh,
you gave them the sip
to
slip.
let them sip, right? The
Oh
sip
yeah,
slip.
y'all, this is coming out. So, but I will let y'all know that. Okay, I will say this: it's coming out early next year.
Ooh, I know when it's coming out. Ooh!
Early, like March 8th, early. You know, I'm a
I
dig.
don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. It's early though.
Okay. Well,
early.
that's the first quarter of the year, so
It's gonna be early next year. It's gonna be early next year, and it's gonna be right in time for us to be hot bitches and do hot bitch shit.
Sounds like the turn of spring to me.
Right. So that's my question. What can we expect from you over the next year? Looks like that EP will be coming.
Yes.
And what else? Are we getting a video for SIP?
A lot of visuals, hella visuals with a Z. I want to do a lot more performing out of Atlanta. I want to start traveling. I want to go on a city tour. I would love to do a college tour if we could make that happen. But yeah, I see myself just really hitting the stage really hard, kind of making up for the 3-year hiatus that I was on, and getting into the visuals. The visuals are sick, y'all.
I bet.
We've already started shooting.
Anything like your
so
performances, I know the visuals for your videos will be even better.
They are.
You know what I'm really wanting from you?
What you wanting?
I got to get some merch, like.
Oh,
Okay.
you
Your
should
hats,
have.
your
own
I'm
merch.
trying to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
It should totally be a thing.
That we're actually in talks right now with making that happen.
I know you, Eli, right on the back
Okay.
of one.
I know you, Eli.
I know you, Eli.
Or
Please write all of these down for me. Just ideas.
we
that
just
you
need our
have.
10%, but yeah, we're gonna get.
Absolutely.
or some bags called Elia Carries.
Ooh.
Why are we giving these ideas out on film?
Cause you'll always be my baby. You can have them.
Or how about the Eli will carry you if you want smoke?
Okay.
Okay, I
All
love
these
that.
listen.
I'm finna put y'all on my team, my
Get-
merch
Yeah,
team.
and-
10%. Listen, we'll get
Listen,
you the coin.
Eli gonna go ahead and come out with his liquor, the sip liquor line.
Yeah,
it's
all of
gonna be
that.
out.
Elixir.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. And like a little apple juice for the babies. Sip.
Sip,
Okay.
sip, Junior.
Listen, what? I'm Chris Jenner. I'll get you everywhere.
Okay, hello.
I love it. I love it.
So,
All we gotta do is leak one tape,
right.
just one.
So, is there anything that you want us or the people that's going to be watching to know before, because we're going to wrap this thing on up?
No.
I know we have to. Is there anything else that you want to say to the people that you want them to know that you just have to get off your chest?
Absolutely. You're amazing. You is kind. You is smart. You is talented. You is important. So love on yourself. Love on your friends. Love on your family. Love on me. And stream sip, motherfucker.
Also love on your rent, cause that shit is due.
Here. It is due
Else
today.
your ass gonna have to sip outside.
All right. I definitely have enjoyed this. Brittany, quickly, I know you have something you want to say.
Thank you.
What is it?
Home is where the heart is, and ours has always been with you. Thank you so much for listening and watching. And in the words of Maury Povich, until next time, America, and all the other countries that listen.
Yeah, we love it. Y'all know where to find us. Eli Yenskii, drop your social media.
You can find me everywhere at e.yenskii on all platforms.
On all of them. Check them out.
Except Twitter. Twitter, just Eli Yenskii.
Okay. Except Twitter. Y'all heard that. Y'all know where we'll be at the Raw BJ Podcast on all platforms. And y'all come back next time for another Raw BJ. And we will all come together.
Bye.
Did I do good?
You did wonderful.
Wayne, you're cool too.